That's a very interesting message as I put the religious spin on it. This is the overall energy, the emperor. Okay, that's leadership, accountability, entrepreneurship, boss, parental figure. Okay, but more importantly, the helping hand of God to assert your position and also to assert his position. He also sends angels and any other resources to assert his authority, his will over anybody who ever went against you. And this is also, you can look at this like the Most High in general with the Ace of Cups and the Emperor, or this is just the God in you. Leadership, I said parental figure, could be a military figure, authoritative figure, but what the strongest message is God asserting your position. The other strong messages is you being entrepreneurial and you taking leadership after many trials. A lot of sores. Sore out incubut, sore number 28, ayat 1. You also got, I hear no place to grow harvest crop, and the meanings of it is like a landmine or a war zone. Okay, but when I show you the rest of the cards, it's going to make sense why I feel like that. Also, you coming home to yourself. You guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. This is Eccentric RockStar'Seed. I have another message for you. It's a strong message, very spiritual, spiritually evolved, very spiritually protected, very strong faith, especially with the Emperor here. This is a leader of the household. I get parental discretion advised. So this is you educating, taking a leadership position and teaching your children about what the power of prayer can do, the power of education, a lot of power. When you see the Emperor, you think of power. You think of knowledge. Knowledge is power. You know, the better your foundation is, no cracks, no seals. You know, the more vintage the friendship is. This is an opportunity with the Ace of Cups here for emotional fulfillment, for you to do things your way or do things the way you know how to do it, which is very most pleasing and loving. You have that gentleness and that love. God doesn't enter into anything without gentleness and love, but he also punishes too. And that's the flip side of what I get with the Emperor, because the Emperor is ruled by planet Mars. It represents planet Mars, which is an aggressive planet, which is the fighting energy, the anger, aggression, passion, red. You see the red right there, bloodshed. Now let's go down. 3 weeks from now, the universe will surprise you. God will surprise you. 3 weeks from now is February. Okay, if you look at how many aces I got on this board, you see why I keep talking about God. You know, with the Ten of Swords, is bad business, betrayal, constant negative racial bigotry, prejudiceness, negativity, naysayers, people who fight against you, plotted against you. But if we can I could read this going down this column this way or going across this way. Okay, but that's the overall energy, is that Emperor. Okay, and then leading up to what's going to happen 3 weeks from now, you got mental clarity, and it still represents love with the Ace of Swords. You got the 10 of, whenever there's a 10, there's an ace, but in this case, you got 3 aces. But like I said, you're coming home to yourself. Dearest one, you have been gone so long, wandering far outside of yourself, looking for something, someone to lighten your load, to feed you, clothe you, tell you just how many years they've waited for you to journey their way, how tired your feet grow, how heavy your hearts, and yet you still wander. You never lost hope, you never lost faith. But the action behind it is, but if you get quiet and still in meditation, you hear me calling from the inside of your rib cage, calling from deep between your ears and at the bottom of your belly, whispering, I'm right here and I have everything I need. Those 2 positive affirmations is what I'm called to tell you to speak over yourself. I'm right here. And then you say, I have everything that I need. Telling you to stop researching out there. You bringing that love back from within. Like you're not going outside yourself looking for anything, looking for any kind of validation, looking for any kind of serenity to come home to yourself. That's reestablishing that inner peace. Clearly, you've been through a lot. Clearly, there's been some trials and tribulations. Clearly, it was meant to teach you who to rely. It's not that you don't rely on a higher power, but it takes you out of that. It takes you back out of that arrogance, which is a negative trait of an emperor or a person in an emperor position. It puts you back in your leadership position, or it's just trials that tested you while in that position. Because that's what being a boss is. You steer the best. You steer the ship the best way you know how, and then you find your pleasures where you can. The magician is about having the tools within you to manifest what you need, and that's exactly what you did. These are opportunities upon opportunities. This is intelligence. This is mental clarity. This is in love. This is not even arguing with the naysayers. This is uprooting your family because you've been oppressed. Okay, this is educating your family on establishing that inner peace and not having to argue with idiots because they bring you down with experience. With that Six of Swords, you see how this could be you in a leadership position, or you could be a leader of your household. You could be a single parent, okay, or just someone independent, and they're uprooting their family to karma waters. If you have to, you have to. This is a big reveal. Okay, this is an ending to a new beginning. A lot of endings. Okay, when you put the world card here, this is global success. On the flip side, this is the ending of paying your union dues. Now you can start your entrepreneurship at a higher velocity. This is recognition. This is you hard work, craftsmanship. Because when you put this column together with the magician, you manifested a new beginning, and you're coming in, okay, as that messenger, that proposition. You know, you have those competitive advances. With the knights, you coming forth with eloquent speech. This gives me eloquent speech vibes. And this gives me surah number 28, ayat number 24, the story of Musa, how he had to flee the town. And he didn't have any money, any clothes, any water. And he said that prayer, I'm in need of all the good that you have for me. And he had a job, a wife. You know, he went to his prayers. He said he was in a state of desperation. Okay? And that was a new beginning for him. Then you got the next full moon is February 5th. So within the next 10 days, it's going to be significant about something. A discernment is being made, illumination, okay? Material happiness. You're moving forward in a new home, a new business, or a new stabilized in a new business. You have a new job. You have a new position. You're becoming notorious, popular in the community. Wherever you have to migrate to, you'll become popular in that community, stable. People are going to celebrate you. The discernment has been made for you. Congratulations. You maneuvered through some kind of test or trials. There's many trials with the Ten of Swords in the person's back. Okay? Many trials. You've made it through. At least, but with the Ten of Swords, what it promises is that the worst is over. Now you can start anew. Okay? Because you're called to move on. Clearly, with the Six of Swords in the world, is traveling. And your work ethic and your craftsmanship is earning you international success, or just success in general. Stability is what I get from this. Friendships, celebration, laughter, vitality, joy with the Sun card. Okay? Faith is restored, but faith was never really lost, is what I'm hearing. So 3 weeks from now, it's a surprise for you. But then you got something that's going to be made clear to you within the next 10 days, going into the next full moon. So that still adds up to 3 weeks, because 10 days from now, if it's the 14th, 10 days from now, it's the 24th. And the next week after that would be the next full moon. So that still adds up to be about 3 weeks or something. That's a dual message. But you got 3 aces here. And you are reaping what you sow. Okay? The reason you're reaping what you sow is because you carried those burdens by honor of God, by way of faith, by way of believing that you're not going to be forsaken by the Most High, and you were happy to do it. With the Three of Cups, the Ten of Wands, that's another 10 anyway, and the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is planting seeds. That's fruition. I mean, fertility. And it doesn't always mean pregnancy. It can mean pregnancy, but not in this case. Fertility is you're going from a Seven of Pentacles to an Eight of Pentacles, okay, to the world. So if you look at all the major arcanas and the aces, I see that's the Emperor, the Magician, the World, the Tower, the World, like that's in the Judgment, the Sun, that's evolution. That really just a simplified term. That's a simplified way of describing what I see. But what's most important is a judgment, a discernment was made for you. With every difficulty comes two eases. Swords number 65, ayahs 2 and 3. Heavy emphasis on faith and being dutiful to your higher power. That's why the universe, that's why he has a surprise for you 3 weeks from now, going into February, the next full moon. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.